Good evening from Joe Burrows Stadium, the site of tonight's matchup between the number 7 West Muskingum Tornadoes and the number 14 Wheelersburg Pirates in the OHSA Division 5 Region 19 regional semifinals. I'm Ben Anderson, alongside me Doug Clifford. As both teams coming off upset wins, and now send it over to the preview of today's game.
Another week with the dudes that I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. This is exactly where I want to be in this exact given moment and wouldn't want to be anywhere else. Really well. I mean, we, like you said earlier, we got out to an early lead and were able to just play clean and keep the ball and avoid turnovers, and we played it pretty strong and we executed fairly well all night, and we got off to an early lead and we kept it and put them away. I have to play another physical game, and this is going to be another 4-quarter dogfight, who has the ball last type of game, and we got to make sure that we don't dig ourselves in a hole early and we can play neck and neck game.
We played well, but I still think that there's more that we can keep on improving. I mean, every game's not going to be the most perfect thing ever, but if we can still keep cleaning each little things up each week and getting better each week, I think we can keep winning.
Really great. It feels really good. The team morale is really high right now. We're hopefully keep going and make history again. I've always looked at it as it's life or death. It's you mess up, you're done. Your season's over. And as for us seniors, it's like our last time playing high school football. So our teams took that as a thing where it's I want another week with this group. It's not it's fine if we mess up this play. It's do this or we're done. And our team accepted that fact, and they've worked hard.
First off, tremendous amount of respect for Wheelersburg and their program. They're kind of light years ahead of us when it comes to like tradition and stuff like that. State championship in 2017, multiple runs to regional finals and state semis and things like that. Looking at them, they're kind of a mirror image of us. Really schematically slightly different, but what they want to do and how they go about things is really similar to us on both sides of the ball. Very well coached. They play really hard, and so expect a big time battle come Friday night. As far as individual players, their quarterback is really good, explosive, in the run game and the pass game. Kind of like us offensively. Now, they don't have a Carter Winland that's had a huge amount of carries or yards this year, but they kind of spread a bunch of things out. So that makes them a little more difficult to defend when you can't like dial in on one guy. They're really big on both sides of the ball up front. I mean, I think average across the O-line is like 285, 290. They got 300-pounders, so we're going to be at a size disadvantage. But I think I'm a big believer in playing with a motor and effort and toughness, and have faith that our guys will do that.
As we are live and underway from Joe Burrows Stadium, home of the Athens Bulldogs, West Muskingum Tornadoes, and the Wheelersburg Pirates, OHSA Division 5 Region 19 regional semifinals. Wheelersburg to kick, and the Tornadoes to receive towards the clock. Whistle blows, and we are underway from Joe Burrows Stadium in the Plains, Ohio. As that one will be caught and returned by Carter Smith. Carter Smith finds an open hole at the 20 and is brought down at around the 22-23-yard line. And that's where the Tornadoes will set up shop to start this one.
Tackle by Austin Blagg for Wheelersburg. Wheelersburg goes by the term the Berg. That's there for my home county, Scioto County. We had many big games with them at Portsmouth High School. They have a long tradition of excellence and some great head coaches, Ed Miller, Larry Hall, Jim Gill. And
yeah, right now with Rob Woodward,
yes.
Woodward, and the Pirates winners of 6 straight after starting the season 0-3. Hands it off to Woodland. Woodland got some room, is hit just past 25-yard line. It'll be a second down now for the Tornadoes.
Coach Woodward for Wheelersburg told me they play a multiple defensive front. They might look like a 50, they might look like a 40, they might look like a 3-4. He said whatever's in we have whatever we need in our defensive toolbox. Right now. Go ahead.
Anton and Shaka, running backs to his left and to the back hand, actually fakes the handoff. Anton, he's got some room. He decides to take off run action. Now throws it downfield to a wide receiver. And Brownrigg tries to juke his way past 25-yard line, but there's 2 flags thrown in the backfield.
Well, it looked to me like the right tackle needlessly grabbed a pass rusher because the quarterback had already broken contain Anton and gotten to the outside, and the tackle just didn't get his hands off quick enough, and I think they're going to get him for holding.
Going to be a holding against Tornadoes, be a 10-yard penalty. So what was a big play for the Tornadoes, backed up due to the holding call, but just great heads-up play by Anton that time, Coach. Being able to scream out of the pocket and find the wide-open Brown rig for the big completion, but with the penalty forced to go back.
Well, when Anton scrambled to his right, that changes all your defensive reads in the secondary. Guys, your assignment changes, and somebody went up, and Brownrig kept going. He was wide open. 2 deep safeties here.
And that will be an offside against the Pirates. As Ison Emnett jumped too early on the count. So now it will be 2nd and 9 for the Tornadoes.
Yeah, 3 defensive linemen. The last play they had 4. They have 2 deep safeties. They're expecting to pass.
Quarterback and shotgun, running back behind, 2 receivers on the near side. Claps once. Now looks towards the sidelines at head coach Nate Brownrig. Here's the snap. Anton is going to be a quarterback keeper. Anton breaks past the 30, spins around the first tackle, and is finally wrapped in out of bounds. It'll be enough for a West Muskingum first down.
Yes, it is. So far, except for the holding call, the Tornadoes look really good on the first 3 or 4 plays of the game. They're picking up yardage on every single play. See if that can continue.
Yes, this is a team that had 338 total yards last week against Fairland in Proctorville. And the Tornadoes, as you mentioned, is showing early life on offense here in the opening possession of this ball game. Anton takes the snap, rolls to his left. He's looking for a man, now breaks past the 30. He's at the 40. He's got enough for the first down and more. And 2 straight plays results in 2 straight first downs for the Tornadoes.
That time, the Pirates, Wheelersburg, were lined up in a 4-3 defense. All 3 linebackers were inside from tight end to tight end, but their defensive ends aren't containing, and if 74 has got to contain Anton, you might as well give up. Can't run him down with that big guy.
Anton claps once, looks towards the sidelines. Time for, looks like a quick audible. And play is stopped to be timeout, Wheelersburg. 9:32 to go in the first quarter and a scoreless game. As a reminder, tonight's contest is brought to you, was presented by 740 Thread Company, a Junction City company, your local expert in custom printed and embroidered apparel. Then Custom Vehicles of Zanesville, your local source for all your automotive accessory needs. Check us out at customvehicleszane.com. Snyder Flott Lumber. We have everything for your building needs from start to finish, including pole barns kits. Free delivery on every order. Seals, flowers, and gifts. Locally owned and operated since 1998. Master florists and designers. And then South 60 Films, the official streaming partner of the West Muskingum Tornadoes.
The Pirates couldn't find the wide receivers that time. They lined up incorrectly, and Coach Woodward wisely called a timeout instead of giving him a big touchdown pass.
Anton decides to stop for a second. Now lines back up in the shotgun. 1st and 10 for the Tornadoes. Man in motion. Hands it off to Carter Woodland. Woodland at the 50. Woodland, he's got a hold at the 40. Breaks past one defender. Is finally wrapped around past the 35-yard line. First down, West Muskingum.
Well, that's either a great call or an audible by the quarterback, because they went shifted to the 3-4. Now their outside linebackers are off the line of scrimmage, and they have contain on the quarterback. But that softens up that middle, and West went right at it and picked up another first down. Great play calling so far by Coach Brownrig and his staff.
Tornadoes, 3 on the far, 1 on the near. Anton takes a step, hands it off to Woodland. Woodland is quickly wrapped up at the 29-yard line. Be 2nd down now. A gain of about 6, make it 2nd and 4.
Yeah, they need 6.
Actually, he's taking down 6. He's gaining 4 yards.
That was the best play so far of the night by the Pirate defense.
Fakes the snap.
Boy, that little clap and pop up and look to the sideline, it draws people, makes them nervous on that defensive line.
Here's the snap and the handoff. Whitland is quickly met by a swarm of Pirates at around the 30-yard line. And it'll be 3rd down now for the Tornadoes. Well, this is one of the situations you're kind of a little too far to go for the field goal, but way too close to punt it as well. So this is more or less a 4-down territory for the Tornadoes, Coach.
I would agree with you 100%. Elijah Brown, outside linebacker, was the first man to make contact on that play, but he had 2 teammates that weren't far behind him.
Anton takes the snap, rolls left. Now finds a wide open man, quickly met right at the line of gain. It was able to find Wes Houston. But the question is, was it enough for a Tornadoes first down? Because he got met right at the line of scrimmage. And
they're moving
the linesman will say that is a first down. Wing officials signaling he got enough for the first.
I'm sure that Coach Browner and his staff will have a little coaching point here with the young man. Had he just kept going, just lunged, he'd have had a first down easily. But he stopped, tried to fake the man out, and just nearly lost the yardage he needed for the first down.
And then with the replay, it shows his forward progress is just beyond the stakes. Handoff to Woodland. Carter Woodland breaks down the middle and is stopped at the 15-yard line.
That was a fine piece of running, Ben. Did you see him weave through that mess? It was great blocking, but he made about 2 or 3 subtle little cuts, found that opening, picked up 7 yards.
Hey, Carter Woodland showing Coach White he had 89 yards last week on 21 carries. So it's like kid to be able to bounce off tackles left and right, and he did that a lot against the Dragons as well. Quarterback under center, hands it off to Woodland, and Woodland breaks through 1 tackle and is finally speared to the ground by
close
the Pirates by Hunter Henderson.
He's close. I believe he's a little tad short.
The officials will rule it to be 3rd and 1, 6:21 to go here in the first quarter. In a scoreless game, West Muskingum still on the opening possession of the game. Anton under center, pitches it to Woodland. Woodland breaks through a couple defenders, and that'll be enough for a Tornadoes first down.
Boy, I really like the coaching job the West End staff is using right now. They were in the power eye last time and tried to bust it up the middle, and were just a little short on their attempt. They came back out in the power eye again, so if you're on defense, you're thinking, well, here they come. They only need a yard, and they tossed it and went off, like a tight sweep. We used to call it a stovepipe sweep to the outside on the left and made the first down easily.
So 1st and goal now for the Tornadoes. Anton claps once. Now Woodland rolls or motions to his right. Anton fakes the handoff. It's going to be a quarterback keeper. And it goes down at the hash mark, on the near hash marks, towards the 8-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal now for West Muskingum.
You have the Pirate defense so concerned with number 10 that they take their eyes off the quarterback. And the toughest place to score from for a touchdown on 1st and goal is when you're on the 9-yard, 11-inch line. And so they can't get a first down, but that play right there was a tremendous start for the first down play.
2nd goal, pitch goes to Woodland. Woodland trying to find his way to the end zone, and he dies and is short at the 1-yard line. So it'll be 3rd and goal now for the Tornadoes as Carter Woodland nearly had it, but just not enough length on that one.
They went back to the power eye formation and ran to the outside. That time, the Pirates defense responded a good bit better than the last time in that situation, but now that ball is inside the 1. Power eye formation.
Anton under the center, hands off to Woodland, who's trying to find his way into the end zone, and
he's
does. Touchdown, West Muskingum. Carter Woodland on the 1-yard score gives the Tornadoes the early lead at 4:28 to go here in quarter number 1.
Well, that tells me several things, Ben. Coach Brownrigg wants to run that football. As Coach Culver of Sheridan used to say, he wants to run the rock. And I think they threw, 1 pass on that drive?
And now 1 pass was held back due to the holding penalty.
Right. They threw one out in the flat for a nice game, but they ran the ball down the field.
That is now Whitland's 23rd touchdown of the season. The extra point is up, and it is good.
Number 21, Silas Kuhn, now in his 12th year at West Muskingum High School. And the young man is a junior. And I tell you, we've watched that kid since he was a freshman, and he just gets better every week.
4:28 to go here in quarter number 1 as the Tornadoes lead 7-0 here in the Division 5 Region 19 semi-final. As a reminder, this game is brought to you by, presented by 740 Thread Company, a Junction City company, your local expert in custom printed and embroidered apparel. Custom Vehicles of Zanesville, your local source for all your automotive accessory needs. Check us out at customvehicleszane.com. Snyder Flott Lumber, we have everything for your building needs from start to finish, including pole barn kits, free delivery on every order. Steele's Flowers and Gifts, locally owned and operated since 1998. Master floors and designers. And this game is also presented by South 60 Films, the official streaming partner of the West Muskingum Tornadoes. As that drive took about a little over 8 minutes, less than about 7.5 minutes off the clock in quarter number 1. Silas Kuhn to kick off, and returning deep for the Wheelersburg Pirates of Scioto County, Ohio, is Elijah Brown, who is quickly stopped at about the 28-yard line, and that is where the Wheelersburg Pirates, the 14th seed, and the away team will set up shop.
Well, did you see the setup that Wheelersburg had on the kickoff return? Obviously, they scouted the Fairland game. They had 9 guys just about at the 50. They only had 1 man deep. They were expecting some trickery in the kicking game. That time, Silas Kuhn kicked it deep. Ball's going to be at the Wheelersburg 28, 1st and 10, 4:24 to go in the first quarter.
Well, as I say, yeah, because the Tornadoes did recover 2 of 3 onside kicks last week against Fairland in a 33-7 win against the Dragons. Hand off to the running back. He breaks past 1 tackle, then finally trips his way for a first down. Elijah Brown with the carry. As Brown, the big leader in the season for the Pirates.
Well, you know, I think we've called Elijah's name about 4 or 5 times, whether it's offense or defense. He must be one of their main players.
Absolutely. Well, as Berg is known for being a rushing team, had 291 yards of rushing a week ago. Brown with the handoff again, and is stopped right at the 40-yard line.
Well, Coach Woodward told me they want to run the football. He said, we can throw it. We do fairly well throwing the football, he said, but we like to run it. So their first 2 plays have both been rushing attempts. That one was good for 1 yard. 7-0 Tornadoes.
So, yeah, Elijah Brown, 140 carries on the year, 751 yards, and has found pay dirt 8 times on the year. Fakes handoff to Brown. Quarterback throws it down onto the far side, and that will be caught and enough for a Wheelersburg first down as Kenyon Evans there with the catch.
Excellent call by the Wheelersburg staff. Play action pass, all they've shown so far is runs off tackle. They fake that. There's a fake to Elijah, and they throw that ball out there. Wide open receiver, nice catch, nice execution, dives the first down.
Braylon Rucker, the junior at quarterback, he's in shotgun. Hands it off to Brown. Brown fights his way down the middle, past the defensive lineman, and that'll be about a gain of 2. Make it 2nd and 8 for Wheelersburg.
Well, Elijah Brown looks like one of those runners that he's going to fall forward. No matter where he gets tackled, I don't think he's going to give much ground.
Well, Coach, we're talking with both coaches, said these 2 teams really similar to each other. Brown kind of reminds me a lot of Carter Woodland, being able to break off tackles and fight, and not afraid to fight for that extra yardage.
You bet. Well, I'm anxious to see what kind of speed he has if he ever gets loose.
And a handoff to Brown. Actually fakes the handoff. And now quarterback takes off running, and Rucker is wrapped up at the 40-yard line by a pair of Tornadoes. That will be enough for a Pirates first down.
That was a broken play. I mean, that wasn't on purpose. And Rucker did a great job. Not only did he not fumble the football, he picked up the first down. I think the guy on the tackle for West End was Cale McGreevy.
Well, that's also one of those things. Is like this is smart decision making by Rutgers. Sees the broken play and is able to take advantage of it and be able to make a play out of a broken play, which that takes very discipline, even at the high school level, and that will be offsides against the Tornadoes.
No, I don't think so.
Actually, no, it'd be a false start. Excuse me. Well, I just saw Caden Fleming jump. I didn't see the offensive lineman jump first.
Well, you know, I saw an offensive lineman twitch, but I didn't see a flag. And then I saw the lineman on defense jump, and I agreed with you, Ben. I thought for sure it was going to be on the guys in blue.
Yeah, well, because even Fleming thought it was because he's pointing going, yeah, Coach, that's on me.
Yeah.
And then it goes the other way around. So 1:35 to go here in quarter number 1. Tornadoes lead 7-0. This is the opening drive for the Pirates as the Tornadoes went nearly 7.5 minutes on its first drive. Rutger takes a quarterback keeper, breaks down the middle, and gets past the 40-yard line, closer to the 35. It'll be second and about 6 for the Pirates with 1:07 and counting in quarter number 1.
Well, that was an interesting play because the right guard pulled to the left. He was a false key all the way, trying to get the linebackers to follow that guard, because that's the linebackers' read and has been since the beginning of time. And Rutger went to the right when his guard went to the left. That's an interesting call, well designed.
Quarterback in shotgun, man in motion, and it's a keeper. Rutger breaks off a few tackles and dives head first for the first down at the 29-yard line.
Well, that's the guy that Coach Brown-Rigg told us before the game. We were talking to him on the field. He said, we have to stop the quarterback. He said he can kill us with his legs. And right now, he's the guy making the big plays.
As is about a second between the play clock and the game clock, so the Pirates will have to get a snap off before the end of the quarter. One man on the far, 2 on the near, with the 2 on the near being Evans and McGraw, and a handoff to Brown, and Brown breaks off tackles, and now the push is the pile forward, and the clock will expire. So the end of 1, West Muskingum leads Wheelersburg 7-0. We're going to step aside for a quick break as you're watching the OHSAA playoffs on South 60 Films. Welcome back to Joe Burrow Stadium here in the Plains, Ohio, home of the Athens Bulldogs. Of course, the stadium named after current Cincinnati Bengals quarterback and 2020 number 1 overall pick in the 2020 NFL Draft. Joe Burrow played all 4 years here at Athens High School and actually led the Bulldogs to a state championship game appearance his senior year in Athens. Quarter number 2, West Muskingum and Wheelersburg. Tornadoes up 7-0, and a handoff to Brown will be right near the first down marker. It will be 3rd and a hair for the Pirates here early in quarter number 2.
Well, you're right, Ben. When we were talking during the break, these teams want to run the football. I mean, they're not just trying to win. I think they're both trying to make a statement here in this first quarter. We're going to run the ball on your defense.
Both teams run heavy. Hand off to Brown again. Not for a first actually, excuse me, the ice on Emnett, the junior that time, with the carry and the first down for Wheelersburg as Coach Brown, we may talk to West Muskingum's head coach. He did say that Burdick is more of a 70% rush, 30% passing, which is very similar to what the Tornadoes run as well, Coach.
Yes, it is, and I understand why. When you have a 5 5'10", 220-pound running back, and he's not even your main carrier. I can see why they run the ball.
Rucker takes the snap.
Oh, nice hole there.
Hands it off to Elijah Brown, who breaks past one tackle, nearly breaks off a second one before finally being shoved out of bounds right at the first down marker. That'll be good enough for a Wheelersburg first down as Braxton Brownrigg with the tackle.
Well, he ran right through the arms of Connor Hill, the senior defensive back for the Tornadoes, who's a good tackler. And he couldn't get Elijah down on the ground. Some good running backs in this game. It's going to be a throwback for me. I kind of like this.
Hey, old school smash
Yes,
mouth,
it is.
run the ball football. As hand off to the running back, who is stopped just short. Pyle could not push him in. It will now be 2nd and goal for the Pirates.
Emnett was lined up at fullback that time. The quarterback was under center. They ran off left tackle. I think back in the Kirksville day, we would have called that 35 lead, and everybody from Kirksville knows exactly what 35 lead is because we ran it about 35 times a game. But West End stuffed that one. 2nd down.
Well, the interesting, there's only been one pass thrown in this entire game, but was called back due to a holding call on the Tornadoes. And its opening drive as Brown dives in the end zone. Touchdown, Wheelersburg.
He leaned across the goal line, broke the plane, picked up the 6. Nice drive by the Pirates. Great answer to the Tornadoes' opening drive.
As the Pirates make it 7-6 in favor of the Tornadoes. As Pirates did trail early on in its last game against Union Local 3-0, was able to take a quick lead after that and ran away with it the rest of the way. Here's the extra point kick is up, and it is no good.
Wide left.
Yeah, missed it wide left, so the Tornadoes still lead it 7-6. 10 minutes and 10 seconds to go here in quarter number 2, and that could possibly be a costly error by the Pirates in a game that, in terms of possessions, Pirates might not get the ball back till like very late in the quarter.
You know, in week 13, Ben, every error is costly, and that you're exactly right. That may come back to haunt them. Kick was wide left. Place kicker is a junior, Cooper Heimbach. Cooper, if I mispronounced your name, my apologies. But I mean, it wasn't off by much. So it was close, but no point.
Yeah, week 13. Well, Coach, this is also something I would like to bring up for the Tornadoes. This is the farthest postseason run in school history for the Tornadoes, now in the regional semifinals.
Well, you know, that's quite an accomplishment. We have a Perry County team in the same situation. The Miller Falcons are playing Danville tonight at Sheridan. They won their first playoff game in school history in week 11. They liked it so well, they did it in week 12. And now they're in week 13 against a perennial power Danville. Good luck, Falcons. Fly, Falcons, fly.
And as a reminder, the winner of this game will take on the winner of Ironton and Harvest Prep with a chance to go to the state semifinals as Carlsbad trying to return it and is swung around at the 20-yard line. Kind of looked like one of those cartoons when they go swinging around the room. That's kind of what it looked like there, Coach.
Well, it looked like number 6 was the first guy on the scene. Number 6 for the Pirates is Landon McGraw, and he fought off a block, made the tackle. Nice play.
As the Tornadoes going up against a very successful Pirates team that's known for having success in the playoffs, as they have made the regional finals 17 times, most recently being last season.
Well, they have a state banner or two on their wall as well.
And off to Carter Woodland and a stop to the 25-yard line. And the 36 state playoff appearances and 2 state championships, 1989 and then 2017 was the last time the Pirates won the state championship. It was also the last time they went to the state championship game. Both times that the Pirates went, came out as champions.
A great history of success at Wheelersburg High School, no doubt about it.
Anton in the shotgun. Anton rolls right. Anton finds a man
who
is quickly met by the Pirates defender. And that is going to be a late hit out of bounds. Called against Xander Mowry as Murray, that was not really necessary. The guy was already out of bounds and then puts extra force shoving him out of bounds.
That's
So it'll be a 15-yard personal foul added to the end of the play.
That's perfect description, Ben. He made a great hit. I mean, it was a good, solid hit, face up, drove the man out of bounds, and got him well past the big white stripe, and then shoved him into the track. And I didn't think the flag was going to come out because the referee hesitated. And then, man, when he threw it, it went nice and high. Obvious penalty. I'm sure that was
No, I saw it on penalty.
easily the call.
Kind of take your time real quick and be like, okay. It's like, was that like excessive or
Yep.
was he going to do a punishment after a while? Okay, yeah.
Yep. Becomes a reverse.
And here's the reverse, which the Trojans had success the last week with it. Hurdles a man and is down at the 35-yard line, and that will go back against the Tornadoes as the defender is both his feet was not. He was not on the ground. Like both of his feet were actually no, that'd be a holding, which I thought it was going to be a hurdle, but either way.
I wondered why the Pirate outside perimeter man couldn't get off of that block, because I thought he was going to get off the block and he didn't. And now I know why. He was being secured. Okay. 2 major penalties, one on each team now, makes it first and, holy cow, what is that? 17. Spot foul, no doubt.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Of course, double stakes for the Tornadoes. One pass play has been thrown all game. Well, actually, excuse me, 2 pass plays, both by West Muskingum. Anton fires a quick bullet pass over now to Connor Hill, who is quickly met by Elijah Brown. And it'll be second down for the Tornadoes.
You know, that's one of those plays that you call just to give yourself a better chance on the next one. You know, they didn't go for the whole amount of yardage they needed. They 5-yard gain. So now it's 2nd and 12. It's a lot more manageable. And, you know, with the running game of the Pirates, I don't think we're going to see a 4-down play this time. I think they're going to have to get it first down in 3 plays.
Anton takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Carter Woodland. Anton has to get rid of it and is tripped and is sacked by the Pirates. Logan Evans, the senior that time, with the sack.
Great job on the perimeter that time by Evans. He didn't lose leverage on the quarterback. He maintained perfect leverage on his pass rush. He comes up, stays out to the outside. He doesn't let the man cut back in. Gets the sack.
Well, Coach, this is also a big third down for the Pirates defense, as on its only possession was able to score. If it could get a stop here and get the ball back.
That's right.
And it has all the momentum, especially then with the field position, drive downfield and score and get the ball back to start the second half. As 5 seconds to go in the play clock. 3, 2, 1. Anton takes snap right before to avoid the delay of game. Anton breaks past one defender and is quickly met just past the line of scrimmage and is met.
Elijah.
By Elijah Brown.
I got him memorized. And 26 is everywhere.
Yes.
Great job that time by the Pirate defense.
So that will force their Tornadoes to punt, and the man returning for the Pirates will be Kenyon Evans, the 6'2 junior.
You know, these guys for Wheelersburg, there's some great tackling on their defense. But they've played against some pretty good teams this year where they've had to tackle. Oh, look at that. Look at that.
And a great punt play as Evans lets that one roll all the way to the 3-yard line. And that's where the Pirates will set up shop at the 3. That's one of those balls that Evans was better off to try and take it and return it, Coach, instead of letting it roll all the way down to the 3.
It was a line drive punt, but I think it was at such an angle he couldn't get to it. So he let it hit. But you're exactly right. If you don't catch that ball, they're going to it's going to work against you. And that time, it worked to perfection.
As a reminder, this game is presented by 740 Thread Company, a Junction City company, your local expert in custom printed and embroidery apparel. Custom Vehicles of Zanesville, your local source for all your automotive accessory needs. Check us out at customvehicleszane.com.
Well, this is an opportunity for the West End Tornadoes. They couldn't convert a first down, but they have these guys backed up. This is where you want to hold them and make them punt, take over about midfield.
Rucker standing in the end zone, takes the quarterback keeper, and is quickly met by the strong defensive wall of the Tornadoes. Gets to the 5-yard line. It will be 2nd and 8 for the Pirates.
Good safe call. No handoff at all. Predetermined run by the quarterback. He's an excellent runner. Great call by Coach Woodward. It only picked up 2 yards, but this is where you can't afford to lose 2 yards. So it's a good call. West End executed on defense extremely well.
Quarterback now hands off to running back. Actually, no, he fakes it, throws it deep, and overthrows Evans, trying to dive for that one. It will be 3rd and long for the Pirates as Rucker faking on the defense. He faked out me too, and was able to nearly hit the open receiver, but just a little too much juice on that one, Coach.
I saw that. I saw a guard pull out, and I thought guards don't pull out like that when there's a running play. It's got to be a pass. It was a play action fake, kind of rolled out, semi-boot action. As soon as he let the ball go, I thought, man, that thing looks a little long, and it was well long. Big down now for the Pirates and the Tornadoes. See who can convert here.
Rutger takes the snap. He hands off to Brown. Brown breaks a tackle, but is quickly met at the 9-yard line. It'll be 4th and about 5.
4th and too many. Here comes the punt squad. Punt return going on for West End. Mission accomplished for the West End Tornadoes. 3 and out when you have a team inside the 10-yard line. That was always one of our helmet sticker awards for our defense. They start inside the 10. Don't let them have a first down because we know we're going to get the ball back in good shape here.
To return back will be Connor Hill. Both teams scoring on their opening possessions, and now both teams punt. And the punt is underway.
Good
Tornadoes
punt.
doesn't rush the punt. Connor Hill calls for a fair catch. The ball drops to the ground. It bounces off the hands of Connor Hill, who's quickly able to recover it at the 45-yard line. Dangerous play by Connor Hill, calls fair catch, and then bounces off his fingertips, causing a live ball, and he's able to fall on top of it and keep possession for the Tornadoes.
I think that's why I think I have scientific proof to back me up. I think that's why there's an awful lot of head coaches with gray or no hair. When that happens, I mean, your heart just jumps in your chest because you're thinking, why am I going to call on first down? And all of a sudden it looks like you may not even have the opportunity. So good recovery that time. See what these guys can do for midfield.
Yeah, it kind of bring a little bit more stress to Coach Brownrigg for the Tornadoes.
Oh!
And a quick pitch to Woodland, who is quickly met. It's going to be a loss of yardage, and a penalty flag is thrown, and a player down for Wheelersburg. Landon Evans is down after the play, but a penalty marker is called.
Landon is one of their big guys. 72. He's a senior, 6'5", 300 pounds.
Is now waiting for what the penalty was. It was thrown by the umpire and the defense, and it's going to be a shot block against the Tornadoes.
I wondered about that because the big guy that's hurt, he grabbed a leg, it looked like to me, and he's the kind of guy that if you're 200 pounds or less, you don't want to have to hit him in the chest, and you're not allowed to block below the waist. But
well, actually, you can't, if it's the initial on the snap, if it's the initial block, you can go down low like initially, but you can't go high then low. If you go low, it has to be initial right at the snap.
Okay.
If you do go low, so.
You know, when that rule first came in, I was the head coach at West Liberty Salem. I had a guard that was about 5'5", 5'6" the most, and the linebacker for Cedarville was about 6'2", and my guy fired out and hit him low, and they threw a flag on him for block below the waist. And the referee was Dave Foley on our sideline. The guy who played at Ohio State, and I asked him, I said, "Really?" I said, "Really?" I said, "You're going to call a penalty on my kid who's 5'5"? He said, "Yeah." I said, "He would have to jump to get above his waist." But they called it. All right, first down and 25. There goes a good field position for the Tornadoes. I hope is that Evans we said? I hope Evans is okay. He walked off on his own power.
As we said, first and 25 for the Tornadoes. Quick reminder, this game is brought to you by Snyder Flott Lumber. We have everything for your building needs from start to finish, including pole barn kits, free delivery on every order. Snyder Flott Lumber. 5 minutes exactly to go here in quarter number 2. Tornadoes up 7-6. Both teams scoring on its opening possessions. Wheelersburg was able to score, but then missed the extra point wide left to make this 7-6. Anton takes a couple steps back, had the wide open receiver in Bennett, but Bennett can't hold on to it. It'll be second and
25.
Second and 25 for the Tornadoes.
Great call. Had he caught that ball, he was going against the grain. The motion was going, action was going toward us, and he was headed for the other sideline. That would have been a nice play on first down, but incomplete. Clock stopped.
Anton in the shotgun, rolls to his right. He's got a man chasing after him, and he finally throws it. That one nearly intercepted at the 45-yard line. It was Evans nearly coming up with the interception, but just bounces off his chest. Great defensive pressure that time, but Evans is not able to hold on to the pick.
Well, it's little things. Anton's not getting the ball off when he should. His blocker on the perimeter didn't get a good block on the pass rush man, and that guy put a little too much pressure on him. He couldn't get his shoulders turned in time. So it's just little things. I mean, it looks like it's an incomplete, almost interception, but it's just inches from being a good play.
And that's the other thing with Anton, being forced to scrim out the pocket a lot more than he did last week. He able to get the snap off with 1 second to go in the play clock, an absolute missile to Bennett, but Bennett runs out of bounds.
Yeah, well, West Muskingum's going to look at that as a failed opportunity. I mean, they didn't burn any time off the clock. They had incomplete passes. That pass was complete, and it went out of bounds. I mean, instead of having a good series starting at the 50-yard line, they started off 1st and 25 with the chop block call, and what a missed opportunity to take the lead.
And putt is
terrible,
way short, and that one goes towards the cheerleaders in the stands of Wheelersburg.
Look at that.
And that punt barely didn't even make it to the first down mark. Didn't make it to the
Didn't make it to the line of scrimmage. It didn't make it to the line of scrimmage. They're putting the ball where the fourth down marker is. That was a 0-yardage punt, and it was nearly blocked.
Yeah, because the defender came in, and I guess it threw off the punter. Yeah, you're right. It didn't even make the line of scrimmage, and that is, if you're a head coach, Nate Brownrigg, that's not what you want to have your special teams, because now you just gave Wheelersburg great field position and a chance to take the lead, as the Pirates will get the ball back to start the second half. Look
out, he's going to throw it.
First.
He's going to
throw it deep, as Doe throws one deep, and it is dropped by Evans. Doer on the double reverse, showing off the cannon of an arm, but the receiver not able to come down with it.
Great call. I mean, you have a quick turnaround. You get the ball on offense. You're at your opponent's 44-yard line. What a time to strike like that. You're probably in 4-down territory with your offense. Great call, but great reaction by the Tornadoes defense.
Rucker in the shotgun. Man goes in motion. Hands it off to Brown, and Brown will be met at the 40-yard line. Be a gain. Actually, it'd be more about the third down. Be a gain of about 4. So, 3rd and long for the Pirates. 4 minutes and counting here in quarter number 2.
Well, they marked him at the 41. I thought he reached the 40-yard line as well, Ben, but it's going to be 3rd and 7. But I still think if they don't convert here, I'm not going to be stunned if they go for it.
Rutger in the shotgun. Rutger takes the snap, fakes
Quarterback
it,
keep.
Takes it himself.
He's gone.
Rutger's got room. Rutger, the 20, the 10, and he dives into the end zone. And no, he'll be called short at the 1-yard line. Rutger with the big run, and was tripped up from behind by Braxton Brownrigg. So it'll be 1st and goal at the 1-yard line for the Wheelersburg Pirates.
Well, that's the play that Coach Brownrigg told us about. That's the counter. Used to be John Riggins made it famous with the Redskins, but now with the way the offensive formations are now, the quarterback runs that most of the time. And what a great call by the Pirates.
3:28 to go here in quarter number 2. Pirates trying to score. Rutger tries to go for the quarterback sneak. And
He's
touchdown, Wheelersburg. And the Pirates take the lead on the quarterback sneak from Rutger.
And they're going to go for 2. What a turnaround. West Muskingum has the ball 1st and 10 at midfield. It looks like they're, what a great time to go down the field and tack on another score. They blow the opportunity. Wheelersburg gets the same opportunity, and they're in the end zone.
As the Pirates will go for 2, 10 seconds left to go now in the play clock. 3:25 in quarter number 2. Pirates up 12-7. 2-point conversion attempt and timeout. Wheelersburg, that'd be their second of the half. Pirates only have 1 left. Tornadoes still have all 3 timeouts.
Good call that time by Coach Woodward to use his timeout. There's no reason to take it to the locker room. You don't get your money back for him. And he definitely wanted to get that 2-point conversion in. He wants that 7-point lead instead of a 5-point lead.
Oh, I say that also that one. The clock was about to expire. There was about 10 seconds left, and they're just finally we get the play call in. So you better off taking the timeout instead of having the delay of game, coach. And
right. Exactly. Well, your team kind of they get excited. They were celebrating a little bit. He was trying to get the message to go for 2, and guys were kind of walking around. And by the time they got the message in and the play called, they were about out of time. Wise use of his timeout, especially if this conversion is good. They get the ball first. Although, West is going to have plenty of time. They're going to have 3:25 here left in the half when they take over. So what an interesting turn. The special teams was a propelling force for them last week at Fairland, and this week the special teams have failed them on the punt game.
Rucker in the shotgun. 2-man go in motion. Rucker takes the snap. Rucker looking for a man. Rucker throws in the end zone, and that will be caught. And the 2-point conversion is good by Alexander Mowry. And the Pirates take a 7-point lead on the 2-point conversion. So 3:25 to go in quarter number 2. Wheelersburg 14, West Muskingum 7. As a reminder, this game is brought to you by Steels, Flowers, and Gifts, locally owned and operated since 1998. Master florists and designers. And this game is brought to you by South 60 Films, the official streaming partner of West Muskingum Tornadoes.
Excellent pronunciation, partner.
Well, yeah.
Well, Ben, last week was your first time with us, first time to see these teams play. People don't realize we don't know the players personally. We don't have them in the classroom. When somebody has a name with a little different spelling, you take your best guess. We're not with the press box crew. We're on the roof, so there's no one with us up here that can tell us how to say these kids' names.
Well, I say then we're not the college level, so we have like sports information people to tell us pronunciation guides at the college level. So
our budget doesn't have that. Great turnaround by the Pirates. I mean, things couldn't have looked worse for them, and all of a sudden they're ahead by 7.
And an absolute booming kick. Drops all the way back to the 5-yard line. Now Carter Smith tries to spin around and is stopped just past the 20-yard line. As this is kind of a must-score situation for the Tornadoes. Can't really afford to go 3 now. Give Wheelersburg back the ball, especially with the time getting close to running out here in the second quarter, Coach.
Well, the Wheelersburg Pirate quarterback is just as dynamic as Coach Brownrigg described. He can throw it. He's a real threat running it. So no, you don't want to give these guys the ball back. You throw 3 incomplete passes here, and it's not going to be good.
Anton hands off to Carter Woodland. And Woodland is quickly swarmed by the crew of Pirates. And maybe a official's timeout. As
what happened here?
I guess they're saying that I guess they thought a player was down for the Tornadoes.
There is. One's coming out.
So since they had the official stoppage, he has to come out of play. Now it's Evan Lewis. And now play will resume. 3 minutes to go here in the first half at Joe Burrow Stadium. Anton rolls right, throws an absolute quick missile pass, and that'll be enough for a first down into the hands of Bennett. And Tavin Bennett having a pretty good game this far.
Look at that. Yep. First down, first down.
That's basically his Anton every single time when he goes on that far side is able to find Bennett for quick strikes throughout this game.
Well, their first drive, everything went right except the holding call in like their first or second play. Their last possession, nothing went right, so now they're off to a better start. Look out, look out.
Anton takes the snap, breaks off one tackle. Anton now drops his shoulder and will be stopped at around the 36-yard line. The flag is thrown, signaling a hold as the flag is now dropped at about the 30-yard line. It will be a holding penalty against the Tornadoes. So that's about, say, around 4 penalties or 5 penalties now for the Tornadoes, as it did have 11 penalties last week against the Dragons for 80 yards, and that the penalties, coach, has really hurt the Tornadoes this far in the first half.
The penalties against New Lexington cost them the game, I think. Because they played from behind the entire game, and every time they looked like they were going to make a move, they'd have a major penalty. And so right now that's plaguing them again. 1st and 20. Holy cow. Not what you wanted to be in your last possession of the first half.
It's the snap. Anton tries to step for Bennett. Bennett makes the catch. Breaks pass. Actually, it is wrapped up by the defender at the 35-yard line. It will be second and about
2nd and 7. Clock running, 2:28 and running here in the first half, 14-7. Pirates ahead. That was a great play, great execution, nice catch, but it did not stop the clock.
Anton in the shotgun, Woodland behind. Claps once, looks over to the sidelines now. Clock still running.
A long time to get this play off.
Anton, quick pitch to Carter Woodland. Woodland still fighting his way and goes just past the first down stake. First down, Tornadoes.
Well, both these teams expect to win. I mean, when they take the field, Wheelersburg has expected to win every game since I can remember. I was at Portsmouth High School in the mid-'70s, and when they really became dominant. And under Brownrigg Panther, the Tornadoes are the same way.
And Anton is quickly wrapped up, and it will be timeout, West Muskingum.
Good timeout.
1:35 to go here in quarter number 2. That will be the Tornadoes' first timeout of the half. Tornadoes have 2, Pirates have 1.
You know, these guys don't have to get a touchdown to put points up. Silas Kuhn is a reliable kicker if you get him within the range. I mean, he's as accurate as any kid I've seen in the Muskingum Valley League in the last several years. But you did not want 30 seconds to run off that clock before you got your next play snapped. Good timeout by Coach Brownrigg.
Now, of course, West Muskingum 9-2 on the season. This is the furthest run that the Tornadoes have made in school history, with this game being in the regional semifinals. As the winner of this game will take on the winner of Ironton Harvest Prep, as the public address announcer has just announced that game is tied at 7 apiece.
That's two. We saw West play Harvest Prep a few years ago, and I think it was 40 to not much for West M. Harvest Prep's really good, great program.
As Wheelersburg did lose to Ironton and Harvest Prep both earlier this season. Anton going for the deep ball, was trying to find Connor Hill, but Hill tripped. Trying to go for the catch. Pass hits the ground, will fall incomplete.
That might have been the best they could hope for in that play, Ben. There's a receiver there's a defender practically in the receiver's shoes, and there was one a little deeper than that. Had the ball been underthrown a little bit or over as they can, go for it on 4.
Clock goes now 5 seconds. And that's exactly what the Tornadoes will do, as that'll be the second timeout for West Muskingum. So both teams only now with one timeout apiece. 42.9 seconds to go here in quarter number 2 as the 14th seeded Wheelersburg currently upsetting the 7th seeded West Muskingum Tornadoes 14-7. As, well, Coach, usually when you get this far in the playoffs, you usually don't see a 7th seed playing a 14 seed for a chance to go to the regional finals.
No, you don't. I mean, it's, people are always telling me, you never know that 16 seed might win. Well, they usually don't. But these guys have played up, and I think that's a credit to both teams, and it kind of shows you sometimes rankings don't mean much. Well, this is a great time, Ben, I think, for Anton to throw a button hook or a curl over the middle. West is going to be, or Wheelersburg is going to be expecting them to go to the sideline. They don't have any, only have one white out. There goes the guy to the white.
As
This is a
Anton
punt.
way back. Actually,
Way back.
No, it's not. Actually, it is going to be punted. It is blocked by the Pirates. It is blocked by Emnett. Emnett now takes off. Emnett trying to go all the way and is tackled inside the 5-yard line. Emnett with the block and return. And what was trying a little bit of foolery into a punt play for the Tornadoes turns into disaster as it will be first and goal for the Pirates.
Well, by name, that's called the quick kick, and it was anything but that. Anton hung on to it just a little too long. Should have kicked it right away. But, I'm thinking, I guess their first punt attempt or their second punt attempt was so bad. But, man, they've given the Pirates what an advantage right now.
Rucker hands it off to Emnett, who is shoved backwards. 25 seconds remaining, and time out Wheelersburg. That'll be their third and final timeout.
Well, then conventional wisdom says that this is going to be a pass.
As the Pirates also, Pirates have not really thrown the ball a lot, but it has success in the passing game. As the biggest passing play was on the 2-point conversion.
That's right.
To put the Pirates up by 7.
And that ball was thrown so well, I never even saw it in the air. I saw the receiver kind of pump his fist, and I thought he was mad because he missed it. Then he turns around and hands the ball to the referee. So the Pirate quarterback has a good fastball.
As mentioned earlier, the winner of this game will take on the winner of Ironton Harvest Prep. As those two teams that the Pirates have already seen, Pirates falling 37-7 against Ironton in Week 1 in a big rivalry game between those two schools. And then falling to Harvest Prep in Week 6 on the road 12-6. And that loss against Harvest Prep was the last time the Pirates have lost a football game.
Tornadoes. Oh, no, Pirates.
Yeah, for Wheelersburg playing at Harvest Prep. That was the last time. And that loss against Harvest Prep in Week 6 was the last time they lost a football game. So
I was thinking of West playing Harvest the last time I saw Harvest Prep.
Rucker fakes a handoff. Rucker has open field, tries taking himself, and is swung backwards and
didn't get out of bounds.
The goal line. And now Woodward trying to tell his team to spike it, and the officials now trying to get the ball down. Rucker takes the snap and spikes it with 1.5 seconds remaining.
So I'm sending in the field goal team if I'm Coach Woodward, and that's exactly who's coming on. You bet. Get points out of this. You don't need 6 at this point. A field goal makes it a 2-score game, and you have the ball first to open the second half, and the Tornadoes haven't stopped them since their opening drive.
As to kick for the Tornadoes is Heimbach. Excuse me, for the Pirates to kick is Heimbach.
He missed his extra point attempt. Pirates went for 2 and converted. This time he gets a second chance at maybe a more important kick than the first one.
Heimbach, the kick is up, and it is blocked by the Tornadoes, and that is how we will end the first half, as Tornadoes blocking the short field goal attempt to keep this thing in a 7-point ball game.
What a game. Woo, what a play. Kind of like, the Chiefs win the last Sunday. They blocked the field goal by the Broncos to win the game.
So that we reach halftime here at Joe Burrow Stadium. Wheelersburg leading 14-7. We're going to step aside for a break as you're watching the OHSA playoffs on South 60 Films.
During our show tonight, we are celebrating female icons through the years. To kick off our show with Demi Lovato's Confidence. Born in 1964, next artist has some of the most recognizable songs in history. Feel free to dance along as we perform Whitney Houston's I Want to Dance with Somebody. Here is Lady Gaga's Bad Romance. Marching Pirates.
Friday Night Football without the marching band. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the 2024 edition of the Tornado Marching Band. They're in their 29th season under the direction of Andrew Reese. The band starts tonight with a pop song that debuted at number 9 before topping out at number 2 on the charts. Here's Lady Gaga's Bad Romance. keep us at the second top 5 hit in the U.S. with our next song, which was ranked #1 in 2021. The band continues tonight with Levitating. From one of the 80s most epic hair bands, Twisted Sister. Sing along as the band rocks out to We're Not Gonna Take It.
Robertson won the split the pot, $101. Congratulations, Brad.
Well, we are still at halftime here from Joe Burrow Stadium in the Plains, Ohio. I'm Ben Anderson alongside me, Doug Clifford. Pirates up 14-7. Now just kind of looking over the highlights from the first half of this contest. And it's kind of early on. Carter Windland able to find pay dirt. And now it gave the Tornadoes a quick 7-0 lead. And then he scored to cut it within one, and then here's the 2-point conversion on the second, after the second touchdown by the Pirates. And then also the big running play by Carter Woodland near the end.
If you grew up watching
Second half.
Jim Brown and Gale Sayers, those guys, you're going to really enjoy this game because it's going to be running. Even the defense is running the ball.
And this was the blocked punt by Emnett. As in the blocked field goal to end the first half.
We've had some odd plays in the kicking game. We had a punt for absolutely 0 yards. We've had a blocked extra point kick. We've had a missed extra point kick.
The blocked field goal.
Blocked field goal. The kicking game has played a huge part in this game already, and it's getting ready to go into the second half.
As Pirates up 14-7 against West Muskingum.
Excellent, Ben.
Coach, if you're Nate Brownrigg in the Tornadoes, what kind of second half adjustments do you try to make to be able to try to come back and win this game and extend your furthest playoff run in school history?
I think the first thing that Coach Brownrigg and his defensive coaches probably addressed was stopping the quarterback. I mean, they have Elijah Brown. He's getting 2 yards or 4 yards or 5 maybe, but the quarterback is killing them. And on that little counter play, and from what I've seen, the line pulls and goes one direction, and the Wheelersburg quarterback goes the opposite way. So that's a tough read. If you're a linebacker, you're following those linemen. If you're a down lineman, you're following that lineman as he pulls down the line, and there's no one there. And that's what set up their second touchdown was that quarterback counter. You was tackled at the 1 yard line. What he gained, 50, 40 yards, something like that. So I think that's the first thing they have to address. They have to stop the quarterback running game.
And absolutely. And then if you're kind of like the Pirates, what kind of second half adjustments do you make to try to hold on and advance?
Well, I think the Pirates defensive staff probably telling their kids, just keep doing what you're doing. Contain the quarterback. Don't let him get to the outside. Keep putting pressure on him, which they're doing. Offensively, I think, right now they have the Tornadoes set up with their offense. So you tell your West End tells their kids, you got to stop the quarterback run. That makes your secondary and your linebackers start sticking their nose into that line of scrimmage. And if he pulls that ball out, we've seen he can throw the football. There'll be somebody in the secondary wide open if they don't watch out. And so I think the play action pass might be a big factor for the Pirates here in the second half because they've definitely established the running game.
Well, then just looking at the Tornadoes offensively, as Anton really being forced to scramble out of the pocket a lot, something that he didn't really have to do a whole lot last week against the Fairland Dragons, but forced to this week, really more or less just forced to try to make plays with his legs, Coach.
Well, I think a lot of the pass plays have been designed for him to get to the outside. Roll out, pass, play action fake, and go to the outside. And that's great if it fools the defense, but the problem you have with that offense, if you roll out, if you're on the hash and you roll out to the near side, the defense only has to cover about 5 yards of field. So your opportunity to throw the ball to an open receiver is greatly reduced. I would like to see them stay in the pocket and throw the ball over the middle. throw those little, what we used to call a peg in or a peg out. Your receiver goes out and plants a foot, and depending on where the defender is, you go to your left or your right, and you're open right away. Throw those kind of passes. Get the Pirates secondary, a little anxious about giving up those high percentage short passes, and then, the old wheel route or the stop and go or out and up pass, and pop somebody loose down the field.
As the third quarter about to commence, Wheelersburg up 14-7. The Pirates 14 seed, Tornadoes the 7th seed in this playoff race in the Division 5 Region 19.
And I can only surmise that a Boy Scout tied this knot in this in my phone cord, because I think it would take an Eagle Scout to get it out.
Well,
I'm just going to stand here.
I actually am an Eagle Scout coach.
Well, I'm in good hands then. Eagle Scout and a referee.
Yeah, so you're in great hands, coach.
There you go. I feel better already. Should be an interesting half, Ben.
Yes, indeed, as the Pirates will receive towards the clock to start the second half, and the man back deep to return is Elijah Brown, a man that we have talked about a lot throughout this contest.
But if the Tornadoes don't pull this game out, we're going on unemployment. We'll be done.
Why did I think of that just now, Coach?
Well, I retired from teaching and coaching in 2004, and I think I've had 39 jobs since then, including this one. So we'll see. Should be an interesting half. Two good football teams playing well.
2 quarters to determine who will advance to the regional finals.
That ball's going to hit.
As that one bounces at the 10, takes another bounce, and will
It did
finally
not
stop at the 5 and goes out of bounds. Actually, yeah, just rolls, barely just touches out of bounds. So,
man, you talk about rolling the dice and coming up sevens instead of snake eyes. That ball was out of bounds by about an inch. That could have been a disaster.
So the ball will be placed at the 35-yard line for Wheelersburg.
When you go back and look at film, and no matter what the score is, you look at plays like that, and the old cliche, it's a game of inches, just echoes in your head.
I was like, this is great discipline by Elijah Brown to not try to fill that, as Brown takes the carry and is quickly swarmed.
The ball's out.
And the ball came out, but is he ruled down is the question. And the official is ruling that he was down before. Well, yeah, he was down before the ball came out, so it will be second down for the Pirates.
I don't think he ever went to the ground. I think they're going to, forward progress?
And then they're saying ruling forward progress. Then they're going to rule that they blew the play dead before the ball had come out.
Well, you're a referee, Ben. Once that whistle blows, it doesn't matter what happens after that. Look at this formation. Trips to the right.
As 2 receivers back, 1 on the line. Rucker takes quarterback keeper, now reverses. At the 40, breaks a tackle, and is now stopped just past the first down marker. First down for the Pirates.
Well, that was an absolute defensive disaster for the Tornadoes. That should have been stopped for no gain.
And now have a penalty on the play.
Have we seen the Tornado or the Pirates penalized? I think he jumped off sides once.
I think that's about it. Yeah, it'd be a personal foul against West Muskingum. So the dead ball, I guess they're going to say that it was a late hit out of bounds called against the Tornadoes. Now will be an additional 15 yards for the Pirates offense.
Well, these are the kind of calls that the Tornadoes got last week against Fairland. A lot of late hits out of bounds, unsportsmanlike calls, and it crushed Fairland's chances of making a comeback. And right now, things don't look good for the Tornadoes.
Rucker hands it off to Brown, who dives head first for about a gain of 2 yards. The 2nd and 8.
Well, the Tornadoes doing a great job against Elijah Brown. I mean, he's a top-notch running back. What do you say, had over 700 yards rushing this year? So they're doing a good job against him. I mean, a gain of 2 or 3, that's good. But when it comes to the quarterback, they have not stopped the quarterback consistently at all.
Rutger in the shotgun. 2 receivers on the far side, 1 on near. Rutger takes the quarterback keeper, breaks off 1 tackle, nearly breaks off the second one, and gets enough for the first down. But then a flag is thrown. And now waiting for the confirmation of what the penalty is. As it'll be a holding against the Pirates, and it'll back them up 10.
Well, that was an example of just what we were talking about. They did a great job with Elijah Brown on first down, stopped for a gain of 2.5. On the second down, the quarterback ran for a first down before he was tackled, but they had the holding call. So this is one of those situations when you teach your defense, you need to take advantage of this break. You know, we got a break here. Take advantage of it. Don't let this team back up off the mat.
It'll be a double stakes, second down for the Pirates. 3 on the far side, man in motion. As quarterback goes deep for Evans, and the pass is incomplete, hits the ground, but Rutgers absolutely blown up right throwing the ball.
Another flag
thrown
down
by the White Hat, and this will probably be roughing the passer against the Tornadoes.
Oh.
As the officials now in discussion, because what happens, Rutgers went back to throw, and when he threw it, he got absolutely blown up afterwards. So, yeah, it will be a personal foul, roughing the passer against the Tornadoes. Now be an automatic first down for the Pirates.
You know, that play was a drive-ender for the Tornadoes. They defended the pass.
Well,
they contained the quarterback, and now another penalty resulting in a first down for the Pirates. You can't do that against a good team.
In that one, too, it's kind of a bang-bang, because the question was, it was like right after he threw it, too. Because usually it's about 2 seconds or so after he throws the ball, but Brown jumps over the defender and then dives his way for a, looks like about a gain of 9.
You know, if you're playing a team that's 3-7, you can have all the penalties you want. You're playing a team that's a championship caliber like the Wheelersburg Pirates are year in, year out. They're going to take that penalty and hand you a receipt as they go across the goal line here in a minute if you don't watch out.
9:10 to go here in quarter number 3. Pirates aiming to extend its lead. Rutger in the shotgun. Hands it off to Amnet. Amnet trips his way and then finally falls head first at around the at the 6-yard line. First and goal for the Pirates.
What a hole. I mean, he's through there, trap blocking up the middle. Great job of blocking by the Wheelersburg Pirate offensive line, and they have the Tornado defense on their heels. Well, this is just what we talked about at the end of the first half. If they came away with points, they're going to have another opportunity. Well, they didn't get their field goal. It was blocked, but here they are knocking on the door.
Rucker hands it off to Brown, who is stopped at the 3.
Good play by the defense that time.
Second down and goal for Wheelersburg.
Boy, this is where your defense has to save your bacon. Goal line defense. That sometimes is the difference in a ball game. See if they can get it done.
Rutger lines up underneath center, fullback and running back. Hands off to running back Brown. Brown jukes the man. Goes in the end zone. Touchdown, Wheelersburg. Elijah Brown with the score. Make it 20-7 in favor of the Pirates. 8:04 to go here in quarter number 3.
I think Brown only has 1 or 2 carries more than 4 or 5 yards, but he only needed about 2 that time, and he got it easily.
As for Brown now, that is a second touchdown of the game. And here's the kick is up, and it's good. So 8 minutes, 4 seconds to go here in quarter number 3. Wheelersburg 21, West Muskingum 7. As a reminder, this game is presented by 740 Thread Company, a Junction City company, your local expert and custom printed and embroidered apparel. Custom Vehicles of Zanesville, your local source for all your automotive accessory needs. Check us out at customvehicleszane.com. Snyder Flotz Lumber, we have everything for your building needs from start to finish, including pole barn kits, free delivery on every order. Seals, Flyers, and Gifts, locally owned and operated since 1998. Master florists and designers. And South 60 Films, the official streaming partner of the West Muskingum Tornadoes.
The Tornadoes need to take a big dose of Regain Your Poise syrup, because right now they're in danger of falling way behind. They're down 2 scores now. There's plenty of time in this ball game for them to come back. They're a good team. They have the offensive firepower to do it. But right now, they have to eliminate their mistakes. They have to forget that the referees are on the field, and they need to play clean football here for the next half of the third quarter and all the fourth. Deep kick.
Carter Smith is going to let that one roll into the end zone. That'll be a touchback.
Nice kick.
The ball will be brought out to the 25-yard line.
All right, Tornadoes, let's go, buddy. Let's get it down the field.
As for West Muskingum, the last time that they allowed 20 or plus points was in the first round of the playoffs against Afrocentric Early College, when the Tornadoes won that one 34-26. But the last time in the regular season was the last regular season game against Meadowbrook, when it allowed 28 in a 56-28 victory. Anton in the shotgun. Anton hands it off to Carter Whitland, who is quickly met by Luke Willis.
You know, West End, Coach Brownrigg, they can be patient here. They don't need to turn this thing into an aerial circus. 7:45 to go here, the clock running in the third quarter. They need to use the game plan they came in with, control the ball and get a touchdown, get within 1 score, and then get some defensive stops.
Anton takes the snap, looking for Bennett, rolls right, fires a pass to Bennett, and that one bounces out of his hands. Incomplete. Third down for the Tornadoes.
That's at least the second pass dropped that was right on the money tonight by Anton.
3rd and 6 for West Muskingum, as the Tornadoes trail 21-7. 7 minutes, 23 seconds to go in quarter number 3 of this Division 5 Region 19 regional semifinal.
This is a critical situation here for the Tornadoes. They need a first down. They don't want to give the ball back.
Anton in play action now is going to be caught by Wes Houston, and
he's got it.
He's got the first down. Wes Houston, the senior tight end, has enough for the first down and move the stakes and keep the drive alive for the Tornadoes.
You know, at every level, college, pros, and high school, the tight end he's got to be that dependable guy. Go out and run a 6-yard pattern when you need 5. And it's exactly what Wes did. He was across the just nearly across the first down marker when he caught the ball. Great job by the tight end. All quarterbacks love their tight ends.
Man in motion is Brownrigg. Actually, and now man is met, and a flag is thrown.
I think he didn't get to the line of scrimmage, and there's a flag thrown immediately on the hit. So I think we're going to have a holding or a face mask, one of the two.
As the far wing official and the referee discussing the flag. As it'll be a personal foul face mask against the Pirates. And it'll be a 15-yard penalty and should be a first down.
Oh, it will be. You know, when I saw the referee on the far side throw that flag like that, has been my experience of being on the sideline. That's almost always a face mask call because he throws it so emphatically, like, you know, because that's such a dangerous penalty. And he threw that thing out immediately. Wait a minute here. You got to move the ball, don't they? That's a face mask penalty. They should be much farther down the field, shouldn't they, Ben?
Yes.
I mean, he started at the 20, and they gained a few yards. I don't understand.
Or if they're saying his hands to the face, which would not result in a 15-yard penalty, it would be less distance.
Well, the PA guy said it's a 15-yard penalty. Was there a sign that the referees make for 15?
Well, it says normal face mask, but then if you just have normal hands to the face, it'd just be less yardage. But I guess that's what they're going to say it was. And I'm all confused, Coach.
Well, this is the second week in a row where we've had one of these situations. But, you know, these guys haven't worked together before. This is an all-star crew. There they go. Now what are we doing? Okay, we're just moving up a little bit. So is it still first down? So it should be 1st and 5, right?
Yes. That's exactly what it looks like it will be. And that's going to be a quick pitch over to Brownrigg. It is quickly swarmed. It'll be 2nd and 5.
You know, last week, the big plays for West End were big running plays that they broke for long touchdowns. And they haven't broken a long run tonight at all.
No.
I mean, they've Wheelersburg has contained Windland. They've contained Anton. No one has broken the bigger on the reverse plays that were so executed so well last week. Wheelersburg has been ready for them.
Anton takes the snap, hands off to Carter Woodland, who goes right down the middle. But we'll have enough for the first down. And also, talking about the struggles of the Tornadoes offense, Coach, last week it had success with the reverse and the trick plays. This week, no successes. Every time they run a trick play, it gets quickly blown up by the Pirates.
Yep, no doubt about it. Well, they're moving the chains. They're being very methodical here. They're not making major mistakes. They need to just keep that up. 3-man defensive line for the Pirates. Oh, nice play by number 11 for the Pirates.
Play action. Gets nearly a catch by Brownrigg. Was able to get it over the defender, but Brownrigg not able to hold on to that one. That could have been a big play for the Tornadoes, Coach. If Brownrigg was able to hold on to that one, as he would have easily gotten the first down and possibly even more.
Oh, no doubt about it. That's 3 drop passes that have been right on the money. Anton is putting the ball exactly where it needs to be. He got that ball over the defender's hands, right to his receiver. Nothing doing.
So it would be 2nd and 10 for West Muskingum. As it'd be a keeper, and Anton is hit right around the 45-yard line. Anton going to slide.
You know, those plays for West End, they expect to get a lot more yardage than that on those plays. They put a lot of blockers at the point of attack. They have their talented quarterback, Anton, running the ball. And I think they expect to get, 7 to 8 to 10 yards on those carries, and they're getting 2 and 3 on that carry, and that's just killing them. And then you throw in that drop pass. Now it's 3rd and 7.
Anton drops back. Play action. Anton finds a man, and it is Carter Smith, and that will be enough for a first section. Connor Hill will be enough for Tornado's first down. But talking about the drop passes, Coach, do you think it might be with the cold have something to do with it, making the football harder to catch?
I think it's lack of concentration. I mean, your receiver has to focus and catch that football. And they're not lob passes. I mean, they're shots. The cold might have something to do with it, but, it's not 20 degrees. I think it's concentration. Kids taking their eye off the ball, trying to run before they have it secured.
So 1st and 10 for the Tornadoes. Hand off to the senior Woodland. Right down the middle. Eval gain of 5.
This is the West Muskingum we saw last week. Consistent offense, running the ball, play action pass, guys catching the ball, getting yardage after the catch. This is the team we saw last week, and that was the team we saw in the opening drive of the game, and we haven't seen them since then. And they finally resurfaced. Now they need to go down and finish this drive off with a 7-pointer and then play some defense.
Man goes in motion as West Houston from the left to the right. Hand off to Woodland, who is quickly met at the 30. Be 3rd down for the Tornadoes.
I think this is about the 4th time I've seen West Muskingum played this year, and I can't remember any other game where Windland has been contained to this extent. I mean, he's getting yards for the most part. He's making a gain on every time he touches it, but it's not for much.
3rd and short for the Tornadoes. Anton drops back, finds Bennett on a screen pass. Bennett, and he's got the first down at the 25-yard line.
That was really an interesting call because Wheelersburg anticipated that. The corner man was deep. He ran up, but he got blocked by number 1 for the Tornadoes. Great block that time and popped that play open.
2 minutes and 40 seconds and counting here in quarter number 3. Tornadoes trying to drive down the field and cut into the deficit, trying to make it a one-possession game.
Nice block on that previous play by Carter Smith. Here comes a reverse look. Faked reverse.
And Anton quickly swarmed and hit from underneath by Evans. And player's helmet goes flying off for West Muskingum. And that was Cale McGreevy. And he now has to come out of play. And he will be replaced by Dominic Stevenson.
Well, they showed reverse action going back to the right. And the defensive responsibility, if you're the defensive end on the far side, away from the action, is pursue as deep as the deepest threat. And Anton turned around and kept that ball. And there stood the defensive end saying, I'm going to be as deep as the deepest threat, and you're it. Great play that time by the Pirate defense of staying home and stopping a trick play. Just like you mentioned earlier, they've stopped every trick play.
Anton takes the snap. Anton runs down the middle. He gets past one defender, tries to spin around the second one, unsuccessful. Evans there with the tackle again for the Pirates. Evans back-to-back tackles. It will be 3rd and long for the Tornadoes.
Anton read linebacker, inside linebacker blitz. As soon as he saw that linebacker commit to the blitz, he knew there was an open lane to run, and he took it. Great read. But look how quickly the Pirates closed that down and kept that from being a 12 or 15-yard run. So now it's 3rd and 9.
So the Tornadoes lined up at 3 men on the near, 1 on the far. Anton throws an absolute bull pass, and it is dropped right at midfield by Connor Hill. And that has been the kind of more the poison for the Tornadoes at this game, Coach. And as the dropped passes, multiple opportunities throughout this game for West Muskingum, and just not able to capitalize on the receivers. Drop ball after dropped ball.
What was that wise old sage Woody Hayes said? 3 things can happen when you throw it. 2 of them are bad. And so far, that's all it's been for West End. More bad than good on the passing game.
4th down now. Anton tries to throw for the end zone, and it is incomplete. Overthrows receiver Braxton Brownrigg. There'll be a turnover on downs for the Tornadoes.
Well, what a disappointing end to the very promising-looking drive. I mean, they took the ball over with, I believe, 8.5 minutes to go. We're down to 1:02 here in the 3rd quarter. They had the ball for 7 minutes, and they come away with nothing. That's tough.
7 minutes taken off the clock. Results in a turnover on downs for the Tornadoes. Wheelersburg leads 21-7. 1:02 remaining here in quarter number 3. Winner will take on the winner of Ironton Harvest Prep in the regional final next Friday. And we will have a false start called against Wheelersburg.
Well, this is when the defense really needs to rise up for the Tornadoes. They don't just need a 3 and out. They need to take the football away. They need to create a turnover, make a break for their team. That's tough. It's easy to say and hard to do, but right now, the fate of this game, I believe, is in the hands of the West End defense.
Rucker in the shotgun. Rucker drops back to throw, and he's got a man, and that is caught by Elijah Brown. He's trying to find his way around defenders, and they're going to say that his forward progress has stopped at around the 29-yard line.
Excellent execution that time by the Pirates. Got back all the penalty yards plus 5 or 6 more, so Second down and 5, very manageable situation for the Pirate offense.
As now, about 2nd and 6 for Wheelersburg. Man goes in motion from right to left, and that is Brady Does. And a quick pitch over now to Brown. And Brown is stopped at the 25-yard line. It'll be a loss of yardage.
Carter Smith, excellent read by the entire defense. That was an option play all the way. The man who had the quarterback stayed home. The man who had the pitch back stayed home. Made a play, tackle for a loss. Now it's 3rd and almost 10. And it's 4th quarter, Ben.
And at the end of 3, Wheelersburg up 21-7 against West Muskingum. We're going to step aside for a break because you're watching the OHSA playoffs on South 60 Films. Welcome back to Joe Burrow Stadium 4th quarter action. As the quarterback keeper from Rucker spins off one tackle and is finally pushed forward by the offensive line. And then a West Muskingum tornado runs into the umpire. And then a flag thrown from the near sideline as 2 players down for the Tornadoes. The one that ran into the umpire, and then the other one down in the backfield. 11:52 to go here in quarter number 4. Well, and then scores from around the area as Miller currently up 14-0.
No, they're down.
Excuse me, Miller down 14-0 against Danville, but then New Lexington also down against Indian Valley 22-8.
You know, we've heard all season Indian Valley had an excellent squad, and they must if they're up on New Lexington. We have 2 players down, and it doesn't look good for either one of them. I mean, that's I don't want to speculate on what or who is hurt, but those 2 kids aren't popping up like they have a cramp.
Does both players still be attended to? As a reminder, this game is presented by 740 Thread Company, a Junction City company, your local expert in custom printed and embroidered apparel. Custom Vehicles of Zanesville, your local source for all your automotive accessory needs. Check us out at customvehicleszane.com. And Snyder Flott Lumber, we have everything for your building needs from start to finish, including pole barn kits, free delivery on every order. Seals, flowers, and gifts, locally owned and operated since 1998. Master florists and designers, and South 60 Films, the official streaming partner of the West Muskingum Tornadoes. 11:52 to go here in quarter number 4. Then 14th seeded Wheelersburg Pirates currently up 21-7 against the 7th seeded West Muskingum Tornadoes. As one player is able to get up on his feet, and that is Ethan Garrett. There's one that ran into the official towards the end of the play. The player still being attended to by medical staff. Wheelersburg 8-4 entering this matchup. West Muskingum 9-2. The Tornadoes on its furthest playoff run in school history in the regional semifinals. Knocked off the number 2 seeded Fairland Dragons last week, 33-7 in Proctorville, Ohio. Coach Clifford and I was on the call for that contest. Wheelersburg 8-4 coming off a win against Union Local 28-23. Berg, biggest game of the season, started the year 0-3 with a 37-7 loss against arch rival Ironton. a 34-3 loss on the road at Archbishop McNicholas, and then a home loss against Jackson, 28-24. But then was able to take down Northwest 31-0, and then the players able to finally get up as being walked off the field by medical staff. That's Carter Woodland is a player down as he's being attended to by medical staff, being helped off the field. The star running back for the Tornadoes. As Wheelersburg, the only other loss was in Week 6 against Harvest Prep, 12-6, as Pirates have not lost since then.
Well,
so there'll be a penalty,
what was the penalty?
I didn't really see the signal for, but it'd be, yes, it goes against. I didn't really see the signal. Either way, it goes against the Pirates.
Well, I see Carter Windland was helped off the field, but he's walking on his own power when he got to the sideline, but he's being attended to on the bench.
I think I heard it's a legal block, so I think it's a block in the back. And Brown is quickly tripped up.
Wow. Well, I'll tell you what. I have seen play after play. An offensive lineman goes downfield to block, and a safety or a corner man for West Muskingum Tornadoes gets pancaked. So if you're in the secondary, but you better be keeping your feet moving or you're going to get bird dogged out there. 4th down, the punt team is on the field for the Pirates.
4th and 1, punt team on the field set for the Pirates. The men back to return for West Muskingum is Connor Hill and Carter Smith.
Two good football. Whoa!
Snap is high. Heimbach gets the punt off.
What a
Tornadoes decide not to rush it, and that one will be caught at the 30-yard line. It will be returned by Connor Hill. Hill at the 40. Hill's got room at the 50, and Hill is finally shoved out of bounds at the 40-yard line.
Well, the West fans finally have something really to cheer about. Great punt return that time. Great blocking by the punt return team. I just saw block after block where West M punt return men were in perfect position, made great blocks. No penalties on the play. 1st and 10 at the Wheelersburg 39.
I mean, a 31-yard return for Connor Hill.
Well, they're going to have to do it without their star player, Windland, because he's on the bench being consoled. I think his night might be done.
As that is really difficult for the West Muskingum, as he does lead with rushing yards with 1,430 yards on the season, and Anton is absolutely demolished towards the line of scrimmage and is sacked by the Pirates.
Well, my old secondary coach, who I just saw the other day, Chris Boffman, he would call that a cover sack, and that's exactly what it was. Anton had no one to go to. Great coverage in the secondary. But the defense for Wheelersburg, they know this team has to come out throwing the football, and they were in great position in the pass coverage, and that resulted in a sack.
And at running back now for West Muskingum is Grant Rogers, as Anton trying to go deep and is able to find a wide open man at Connor Hill. Breaks off one tackle and is finally met by the crew of Pirates as Connor Hill's brought down, and Connor Hill is slow to get up afterwards as Coach Nate Brownrigg wants kind of a personal foul.
Yes, he does, but he's not going to get it. I think the first down was made.
Well, as what happened was when watching it on the replay, Coach, when Connor Hill was going down, the defender grabbed him by the face, threw him down by the face mask. So that should have been a defensive face mask called against the Pirates. It should have been an additional 15 yards, but that is not what ended up being the case.
No, I don't think any of the kids that play for the Wheelersburg Pirates defense has a future in the welcome wagon career. They're a pretty nasty bunch. But you got to move on. You have your star running back sitting on the bench. You have another player who has to come off the field after an injury. Hopefully he can come back. West needs to get down here, and they need to get a score. And they need to hurry up.
9:41 to go here in this one. Tornadoes down by 14. Anton takes snap. Quick pass over to Carter Smith. He breaks one tackle. He breaks second tackle. Carter Smith dives for the plane. Touchdown,
Yes!
West Muskingum.
What an effort!
Carter Smith dives away to the end zone.
Take a look under that jersey. Is there a cape?
Yeah, flying into the end zone like Superman and finds pay dirt.
Great execution, great blocking on the perimeter by one of his fellow receivers out here. Look at this block. Nice block there, another block, and then it's just a foot race, and it's Superman time.
Now for the point after. And flags, multiple flags thrown.
They're pointing at the defense. Boy, this was a situation last year with Fairland. They had more penalties on the extra point than anybody I've ever seen.
Yeah, it was on that. It was like every extra point in that game last week,
Yes.
except for the final one, had a penalty on the extra point. So now, with the encroachment, if you're Coach Brownrigg, if you take the penalty, do you go for two? Actually, no, you will decline the penalty.
We're going to decline the penalty. So it's a dead ball foul, right?
Yeah,
Because the kick
it
was
would
no
have
good.
yeah, it would have been half the distance to the goal, but you decided to decline it, so you just replayed the kick.
Right. Okay. Because the kick was off to the right, it looked like to me. I didn't see a signal because the guys threw the flag right away.
The kick is up,
That looks good.
and it is good. And West Muskingum cuts it to within 7. So Wheelersburg leads at 21-14, 9:29 to go in quarter number 4.
Plenty of time in this game for all kinds of stuff to happen. But that was a must score for the Tornadoes. They had great field position. They took advantage of it. And they're going to have to win this game with possibly without their best player on the field.
9:29 to go. Berg up 21-14. As a reminder, this game is brought to you by South 60 Films, the official streaming partner of the West Muskingum Tornadoes. Then Steele's Flowers and Gifts, locally owned and operated since 1998. Master florists and designers at Steele's Flowers and Gifts.
You know, this is a game of injuries. You're going to have injuries. But what a shame for Carter Windland to go down in week 13 after what he's done as a football player for West Muskingum. I know nothing else about it other than watching him when he's got a jersey on. But when he puts that number 10 on over those shoulder pads, you get 110% every time.
And Muskingum gets the onside kick, and that's going to be easily fielded at the 40-yard line by Wheelersburg. And actually now pushed more towards the 50 as the Tornadoes going for an onside kick. That's something that they did a lot last week against Fairland, but that one way too much power or way too much juice on that one, Coach.
Yeah, and in fact, the guy who caught it, usually you teach those kind of guys that plays out there on the wing, you teach them to take a knee right away. But he had so much time, he decided to pick up some yardage. So now, this is a critical situation now. They paced everything on winning the game on that kick. All Wheelersburg has to do is get a couple first downs and punt deep.
Hands it off to Brown. Brown breaks off one tackle at the 50. Now breaks off a second one. And is finally met. It's going to be ruled at around the 46-yard line.
There's a nice tackle, but there's no time to start doing your victory dance now. You got a lot of defense to play here. There's a nice tackle at time by Cale McGreevy. But Cale, you got a lot of game ahead of you right now. Keep making tackles. I saw a guy make a great play on defense the other day, and he pointed at the receiver, and a 15-yard penalty for taunting. Couldn't believe it.
Rucker hands it off to Brown. Brown's got a hole. Brown has some room, and it's finally tackled from behind. And that'll be enough for a first down. Carter Smith there with the tackle. That'll be good enough for the Pirates' first down.
That may be Elijah Brown's longest carry of the night, and it couldn't come at a better time for his Wheelersburg Pirate offense.
As the Pirates, a run-heavy team, up by 7, 8-10 and running. This be one of those things you try to Try to get the clock. The clock is the Pirates' friend right now, and try to keep the ball on the ground. And a handoff, and it's a fumble, quickly recovered by Ebnett. Bad handoff from Rucker to Ebnett, but is able to quickly jump on top of it and keep the possession in favor of the Pirates.
Boy, that was a little lightning in a jar for the Pirate offense. That ball bounced exactly the right way. Running back could fall on it. That was the West Muskingum Tornadoes. That might have been their best chance to get back in the ball game right there. Now they got to stop this team in 4-down territory, 2nd and 11, 7:28 and running.
Rucker takes the quarterback keeper. Rucker, and it's quickly met around, and then a little bit of altercation on the near side between Tavin Bennett and Landon McGraw, as McGraw was not really letting go of Bennett when he was on the ground. But either way, it'd be 3rd and
Temper now.
But either way, it'd be 3rd down for Wheelersburg. Quarterback in the shotgun. Man goes in motion. It's Evans in motion. Hands off to Brown, who is quickly wrapped up by the Tornadoes. Cooper McKenzie there with the tackle.
Cooper, that was about as good a play as I've seen all season.
It's going to be 4th down, double stakes for the Pirates.
Haven't really mentioned Cooper's name tonight, but I'll tell you what, that was the perfect time to be introduced to the crowd, that's for sure.
And
look at this,
Heimbach
field goal.
going for the field goal, has a long of 46 yards this season.
Don't rough the kicker, boys.
The snap, the kick is up, and it
It's wide left.
is wide left, no good. Had the leg, but just too much to the left.
Well, you're exactly right, Ben. He had the distance, didn't he? That was no problem at all. Well,
that was a nearly 40-plus yard field goal, Coach, and he had the leg.
Coach Brownrigg gambled on the onside kick. They didn't get it. They gave the ball to the Pirates nearly at midfield. The Pirates got a couple of first downs, and that field goal, that would have just about put the icing on the cake there. But as it is, 6 minutes, 5 seconds to go. Your offense has the ball in their hands with a chance to tie the game.
Yeah, big stop for a big play opportunity now. Anton having to roll out of the pocket. It is sacked by the Pirates. In there with the sack is Logan Evans, the senior. Make it 2nd and 9.
I'll tell you the best thing Logan Evans did on that, besides making a great tackle, was he kept him in bounds. He did not let Anton get out of bounds. Clock is running. Clock is the biggest enemy right now for the Tornado offense.
Anton in the shotgun. Anton has to go deep, going for Bennett, and it goes over the head of Bennett and nearly intercepted by Mowry, but not able to hold on to it.
I don't know. I think Bennett may have lost sight of that ball or misjudged it because he stopped and jumped, and I don't know if he could have run underneath it if he'd kept running, but he had no shot to get it on the jump. 3rd down and 9. I mean, they're not in 4-down territory, but they might be in the 4-down season territory.
Man goes in motion. Anton rolls to his
Wow,
left. Anton, it is absolutely pressured and sacked by a pair of Pirates. Alex Welch there with the initial hit. It will be 4th and forever for the Pirates.
You know,
excuse me, for the Tornadoes.
Welch got that sack, but I'll tell you who made that play was number 58, Luke Coons. Man, oh man, he came in there, he blew through somebody's pass block and absolutely pushed Anton way deeper than he wanted to go, and his teammates cleaned it up. But what a play. Woo, buddy. 58, Luke, nice play.
Tornadoes force the punt. That one goes over the punter's head and through the back of the end zone, and that will be a safety. So the Pirates now scored 2 more points, make it 23-14 as a punt snap goes wrong, goes over the punter's head and through the back of the end zone, and that's something you really don't see a lot, Coach. Is a snap going over the punter's head, resulting in a safety.
Wow, that looks like a little. Looks like the Pirates found a little bit of treasure back there, worth 2 points.
Well, so now with the
and they're going to get the ball back.
Yeah, with the safety, Berg will get the ball back.
And I think.
And that is, I think that kind of kills any momentum that the Tornadoes would have had, because now the Tornadoes now down by multiple scores and having to give the ball back to the Pirates.
You know, that whole series, on first down, Anton scrambled. He couldn't get out of bounds. Tackle on the sideline, clock kept running. Then the next, the one play, the sack play, Luke Coons rushed in there like he was on a motorcycle, knocked everybody down. Anton got around him, but then he took a sack, and the result is a punt snap over the punter's head, 2 points for the Pirates. 4:36 to go in the game, 23-14 Pirates.
Well, so since it was a safety, the kickoff will be at the 25-yard line instead of the 40-yard line.
20.
Excuse me, at the 20, thank you. 20-yard line.
I finally got something right.
And the onside kick goes past 10 yards, and it will go out of bounds.
Well, for everything that went right last week for West Muskingum, it's gone wrong tonight. From drop passes to major penalties on really, that wiped out successful offensive plays. Kick out of bounds now on a kickoff. Where do you put the ball in this situation?
Well, that's what we're trying to determine.
I have no idea. I know it's not going to be in a happy spot for the Tornadoes. Their defense is lined up at the 40, their own 40.
Yeah, 5 yard. It'd be 5 yards from where the ball went out of bounds.
On the Tornadoes' 46-yard line.
Well, I think the difference in tonight so far, Ben, we still have 4:36 to go, but the difference tonight, I believe, is in the mistake column. I think you can look down the list of the mistakes the Tornadoes have made between penalties and drop passes and missed blocks against what has gone wrong for the Pirates, and there's not much that's gone wrong for them.
Hands off to Brown. Brown trying to fight his way through a tackle. Woodry went forward and then now backwards. It'll be a gain of about 5. 4:22 and counting here in this one. Wheelersburg on an aim to advance to the regional finals for the second consecutive season.
Well, the Tornadoes might object to that a little bit, but they're going to have to do an awful lot. There's no, unfortunately, there's no score in football worth 9 points, and that's what they're down by.
Rutger in the shotgun, running back behind. 2 on the near, 1 on the far. As Elijah Brown is quickly met by Cal McGreevy.
Right now, the Wheelersburg offense could play offense for the sack of flour. I think the chances of them throwing the ball are slim and none. They can run this clock down. Whether they get a first down here or not, they can go for it on 4th down if they want to, run more time off the clock. Both teams have their full complement of timeouts. But right now, that clock, when you're on the sideline, you're the head coach for West Muskingum, you think the clock's on fast forward.
Rucker hands it off. Rucker actually fakes handoff. It's going to be a keeper, but Carter Smith is able to wrap him up.
Great
Gain
tackle.
of 1.
Great tackle. That may be the best play on the quarterback the Tornado defense has made tonight.
Yeah, timeout.
Wheelersburg?
Timeout West Muskingum.
Well, they pointed to.
Well, they reached point, then they corrected it.
I can't imagine Wheelersburg calling a timeout.
Well, now the referee signaling to have time added to the clock, I think. Yeah, it'll be 3 minutes and 4 seconds added. So it's 2:58 now. It's 3:04. Timeout Tornadoes. And big time situation. 4th and medium for the Pirates. Both teams Well, excuse me, Tornadoes have 2 timeouts. Pirates still have all 3.
What a great season the Tornadoes have had. I mean, they've outstanding season last year, outstanding season again this year. Boy, it's no matter how good of a season you've had, a loss at this point is still painful. 4th down, see what the Pirates line up to do. I think they're going to run a play. Yeah, that's what I would do. I'd run a play. I wouldn't be worried if it worked or not.
Rutger and shotgun.
Look for him to run the ball.
Yes, that will be an offsides called against the Tornadoes.
That'll be a first
with
down.
the clap, and in this situation, 5 gets you 1, and that'll be an automatic first down. I mean, that'll be first down with 5 gets you 1. Not what the Tornadoes want in that situation, Coach, as it just gave Berg an opportunity to continue running the clock out and try to keep things, try to keep its season alive.
Well, you know, that was, I'm sure that was a play called from the sideline. I mean, I bet Coach Woodward told those kids on the offensive line, put your feet in the concrete and don't move. You know, we'll get a penalty, or we'll call timeout and do something else.
Rocker gets a handoff, puts it right into the chest of Brown, who's quickly tripped up. I think he actually lost yardage on that. Actually, he lost yardage on that one. Loss of 1.
And nobody on the Wheelersburg side could care less. All they're looking at is that 2:48 turning into 2:47 on the clock.
2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining to determine the winner of this one. Of course, the winner will advance to the regional finals to either take on Ironton, the number 1 seed, or Harvest Prep. A site to be determined. Rocker takes snap under center, hands it off to Brown, and Brown has the first down.
That's a great thing. Quarterbacks are thinking, you know, control the clock, maybe get out of bounds, slide down. Tailbacks, they're thinking, there's a little stripe at the end of the field that I want to get across. I don't care what the score is or what the time is. Great running backs, all they want to do is run the ball and get as many yards as they can, and that's exactly what Elijah Brown did on that one. Nice carry, first down.
As we now hit the 2 minutes remaining. Rucker lines up under center. He hands up to the fullback at Emnett. Emnett trying to push his way through 2 to 3 defenders, and has a gain of about 8.
Well, for any old ceramic football players that played from 76 to 2004, you know that was I tell you, 34 lead, fellas, right off tackle.
As Wheelersburg is trying to run the clock out and keep the season alive. Here's the snap. Gets off, hands off to the fullback. Emnett breaks past the defender. Touchdown, Wheelersburg. As Emnett running right through the chest of Connor Hill. And the exclamation point and the nail on the coffin by the Pirates as they take a 29-14 lead with 68 seconds remaining.
Well, the young man at fullback has all the moves all good fullbacks should have. That's get the ball, lower your head, go as fast as you can, run over people, get in the end zone. Great run that time by the fullback. Great blocking at the point of attack, too.
Heimbach with the extra point, and it is good.
Well, I can see why he went for the Coach Woodward went for a field goal previously in the game, because that ball landed clear out on the track.
So a minute 8 to go in this one. Berg up 30-14. Wheelersburg is going to upset West Muskingum as Berg entered tonight as the 14th seed. West M was the 7th seed.
Well, they're going to have a rematch with somebody that beat them.
Yeah, as they lost 37-7 against Ironton week 1. And then week 6, 12 to 6-inch Harvest Prep. So you mentioned it'd be a rematch for Berg, no matter who wins the other game on the other side between Ironton and Harvest Prep.
And I can tell you right now, Ben, they're not thinking, oh no, we got to go play Harvest Prep, or oh no, we got to go play Ironton. Those kids from Wheelersburg are thinking, we want another shot. We want another shot. So, great season, great turnaround of their season. They played some tough competition. Made it to the playoffs as a 14th seed with 6 wins in the regular season. And their season will continue into week 14.
And Heimbach, that's for the squib kick. Connor Hill picks it up. Actually, next Tuesday is West Houston picking that up, and it will be at about the 37-yard line.
Cooper McKenzie picked that thing up and picked up a few yards. You know, that's people might wonder, you know, why they do that. That wasn't really an onside kick attempt. It was exactly what you called it, man. It was a little squib kick. It forced West to field the ball.
And try to return and try to run clock out.
You got it. Run the clock out, run that few seconds off, because we know the kicker can put it in the end zone.
So Anton in the shotgun. Anton is probably going to try to go deep here, and Anton wrapped up at around the 40-yard line.
What a play. Number 22, Stephen Hall. What a play. I mean, he was just like he was stalking Anton and just daring him to run. And when Anton tried to make a move, he swooped in and just made a great tackle. I wonder if he's got some family that used to be a coach there. His last name's Hall, and I think
Anton going deep, and it is caught at the 40-yard line. Caught by Bennett.
Nice catch.
Timeout, West M. Tornadoes trail by 15 with 23.1 seconds remaining. And that is all that remains for the Tornadoes season, as what has been a phenomenal season, Coach. The longest postseason run in school history, going 9-2, taking out a number 2 seed in Fairland. It's been a great season for the Tornadoes.
It's been a great season. Here's what you're thinking on the coaching staff for West. Score on this play, kick an onside kick, score on first down. So that's, coaches don't quit. Player, you never give up. You always have some kind of a scheme to come out on top. Chances are slim and none on that happening, but I think we're going to. Oh, look at the Pirates. They're almost. They got 3 guys pretty close to the end zone, so they're not going to let anybody get behind them.
As the referee telling the clock operator to put 1 timeout left for the Tornadoes. And PA announcer confirming that they're working on it, and they get it fixed.
3-man pass rush. They sneaked in a linebacker.
Anton having to scramble out of the pocket. Actually, Anton trying to lob one downfield and does into the hands of Lloyd, who is shoved out of bounds.
Well, that's a great example of your senior quarterback. After starting for so long, he maintained his poise. He tucked the ball away to run. He scrambled a linebacker blitz. He's tucked the ball tucked to run it. Pulls it back out when he saw an open man and made a perfect throw.
Anton takes the snap. Anton is sacked by Ison Emnett. Timeout, Tornadoes, 7.3 seconds remaining. Actually, the White Hat asking for, it looks like time to be added to the clock, possibly. Timeout, West End, actually, 9 seconds now.
Ison Emnett, I believe he's just a junior. Yes, he is. 5'10", 220-pound running back, linebacker. I mean, usually on a high school football team, your fullback historically is a linebacker type, and Ison showed why he's a good fullback last time they had the ball, and that time he showed why he's a good linebacker.
9 seconds left to go here in this one. Wheelersburg aiming to advance to the regional finals in Region 19, Division 5 of the OHSAA playoffs.
Well, here's what I hope. I hope Anton gets to throw a pass one more time. I hope it's a touchdown, and
So
I hope Connor Hill catches it.
Anton drops back. Well, it will probably be the final play of his career, and that is a sack by the Pirates. And that will end this one. Alex Welch with the sack, and Wheelersburg, the 14th seed. The Cinderella run continues for the Pirates as it takes down the 7th seeded West Muskingum Tornadoes 30-14, and will play either Ironton or Harvest Prep next week. Coach, just your initial thoughts on the matchup.
Too many mistakes by the Tornadoes against an excellent team, and it cost them in the end. And the running game for Wheelersburg just dominated the field of play tonight.
Oh, and a few thank yous to make personal. Coach, thank you for joining me alongside here tonight. And also like to thank South 60 Films for allowing me to step in and cover the Tornadoes for the last 2 weeks. It's been an honor and blessing, Coach. It has been a fun 2-week ride.
Well, it has been. Hopefully we can do this again. And if our producer director, Matt Mahalko, can talk me out of retirement for a second time, maybe we'll share a booth again next year.
So, once again, the final score, Wheelersburg 30, West Muskingum 14. Wheelersburg advances to the regional finals. For Doug Clifford, I'm Ben Anderson saying good night, stay safe, and God bless till we meet again.